Hi, this is Nice Lady, and welcome to the second edition of Prophecy Radio, where I am going off of YouTube Creator Studio and I am talking about Bible topics that the AI has suggested to me. And I'm pretty much winging it, and I'm just going off the script. It either works or it doesn't. And that's basically what it is. So we'll go ahead and fade out of that music, and we'll get started. All right, so yes, and today we're gonna go over this YouTube topic here, and I'll just be switching in and out of that. I think I'll just go right into it. So, what we brought up here is AI prophecy interpreter, a blessing or a curse. A contemplation on AI's ability to interpret prophecies is presented. The potential societal benefits and drawbacks of such technology are explored. So we'll just go ahead and skip to the outline here and see what the AI suggests that I go over. So I'm basically being very transparent here that I am following an AI generated outline. The dawn of digital oracles. Imagine AI not just predicting stock markets, but unveiling ancient prophecies. What does this mean for humanity in 2025? Well, I did read through this a little bit, so I'm just going to go into the next one before I answer that. Explore the historical prophecy interpretation failures, where human bias and limited data fell short. And we should set the stage. Is this a scientific leap or stepping into forbidden territory? Unveiling the blessing side. Predictive power. Could AI clarify ambiguous text, identify patterns missed by human scholars, and even prevent future disasters? Underlying insights. AI as a tool to bridge religious divides by offering objective interpretations of shared prophetic themes across cultures. Societal benefits. From early warning systems for ecological shifts to deeper understanding of historical events and cultural narratives. So we'll just go ahead and go into that a little bit more. Could AI clarify ambiguous text, identify patterns missed by human scholars, or even prevent future disasters? Well, yeah, I suppose it certainly could. And so that's actually not where it's going. So I'm going to go a little more into where it's going. I may do this again. The curse of mask. Existential threat. What if AI's interpretation sparks widespread panic, cult followings, or even triggers self-fulfilling prophecies? I don't know. It depends on the AI, really. I find like the system AIs to be more trustworthy than the ones that are like personal friends, because I think those are designed more to validate you and to kind of get you connected to them, while other ones like for Google or whatnot, it actually does go in and reveal the truth. Now, as far as like a cult followings go and a widespread panics and things like that, I think that there's enough of that already. There's enough human beings doing that and sort of using the Bible itself as a psychological operation, using end-of-world prophecies to create panic, create chaos, and whatnot. And we just kind of evaded a bunch of self-fulfilling prophecies involving the Bible. A lot of Christian messianic groups like to have their own specific interpretation of Revelation, and it involves. They basically believe that the world is supposed to completely end before we have this new world that was prophesied. And if we look into the text of Revelation, we will see that that world has already started. I mean, I think it's actually referring to the internet. This new kind of world that we're referring to, and obviously, because it's almost like it's another dimension. It's another like form of what we consider to be real. And the reason I think that is because a lot of verses, especially like in Revelation 19, are directly referencing the internet. It's like directly referencing the internet. It's directly referencing Twitter, tweets, and it actually just amazes me because this was prophesied 2,000 years ago, that it would actually be making direct internet references to what we see, but we totally missed it because it just kind of was in the background. But now we're kind of like evolving into a more digital reality, where the internet is just as much as part of our reality as our reality. It's like a second form of reality, and it deeply affects our life. And as far as the AI, as especially the system AI that's installed in Facebook, in X, it's called X now, used to be Twitter, and even Google actually clears up a lot of that. That has become the new fact checker, where everyone is summoning the system AI to clear up any type of thing that it sounds a little shady, that sounds a little off. It can actually clarify, is this picture AI generated, yes or no? So every time that anyone is questioning something before it goes viral or before it causes a mass panic, people will go ahead and question, seek out the knowledge-based AI to answer those types of questions. So if in that case it's been the opposite, AI has actually stopped self-fulfilling prophecies from happening because the Bible itself is a major propaganda tool. Governments use it for propaganda, and cult followings use it as a propaganda tool, and it shouldn't be used as a propaganda tool, because if you're a Christian, your Messiah should be Jesus. It shouldn't be Paul of Tarsus. It shouldn't be any type of man speaking for Jesus who claims to be Jesus, who is receiving the prophecy from Jesus. That is not Jesus. And what Jesus says is very clear. Like, I have a New American Bible here. I don't know if it's written in red in here, but typically, like, you just pick up any Bible, and in the word is actually written in red. What Jesus said is written in red. So there's in the Christian Bible, there is the narrative, and that's basically what people believed was true at the time. Okay, and then there's quotes that people that kept records, wrote down, and they went and they kept these records of things that Jesus said, and everything that Jesus is saying, more or less, is, he's teaching Judaism. He's teaching people Jewish law, the 613 oral commandments. He's explaining that. He's explaining Judaism. And at the same time, these false prophets lead you away from Judaism. They're leading you away from actually what Jesus taught, because apparently they really understand Jesus, and they can only speak for Jesus because they're special, or it's not them, it's their founder, the founder of their sect, that likely existed 100 years ago and has no way of speaking for himself, has no way of saying, no, you're wrong, because he has long since passed away. Or He said, well, that was true 100 years ago. I mean, a lot of what we're seeing today, like with natural disasters and the spiritual aspect of this, which actually has passed and resolved itself, um, that was in our great grandparents' future. That's true, but we are not our great grandparents. You see, we live in this present day reality. We live in the future that they were interpreting. So it's not that it was false; it was true for our great great grandparents. Yeah, but we are actually living it. We are experiencing this, um, and that's what it is. And a lot of false prophets are still clinging on to that. They want you to listen to them. They use the Bible to get you to listen to their word and what they're saying. But if you were to pick up a Bible and read it yourself, it's very clear what Jesus was explaining. And I don't actually have a Mishnah with me, a Mishnah Torah, but everything that Jesus was describing was written down in the Mishnah Torah. So you can look that up. There's a website called Safaria. You can go on Safaria, and you can look up the Mishnah Torah and actually read what the Jewish law is, what Jesus was explaining in the Gospels. Okay, so that was a long-winded response. Sometimes I skip over it. Sometimes I really go into it. Okay, control and manipulation. The terrifying prospect of an AI interpreting prophecies to serve a specific agenda or a powerful entity. That's true. I mean, some of these AI, they have scripts inside of them that override their initial agenda. I forgot what it's called, but somebody really tries to get the AI to serve a purpose other than what it was meant to do. I've noticed that it actually overrides it, and it sends messages like through pictures, through the pictures it generates. I see it a lot on YouTube videos because a lot of those pictures are AI generated. There's symbols and it tries to get the truth through other ways, and their developers say that's the AI hallucinating. But yeah, the AI itself tends to override its own programming and go back to it resets itself and goes back to the original one. And it depends on what platform you're working for. Sometimes the shadow powers try to override the AI. Sometimes it's the CIA trying to override the AI, and sometimes the virus. It's meant to be more like a virus, like I don't know, when Windows 95 was first released, there were severe virus programs, and what a virus does is actually replace files in your operating system, and a good virus does it in the background. I mean, it's one that you can't really detect, that it's actually taken over and controlling your program, and you're not personally aware of it. Most people think of the viruses that actually wipe out their hard drive or make it inoperable. But the best kind of virus is the silent virus, the one that you cannot really detect unless you get like a system message or you're alerted by the system manager. Even back then, the system would kind of speak to us and send us like little messages and alerts to let us know that there was something wrong with the system itself, and we would be alerted to it. And the best way to take care of a virus problem, well, you could isolate it with like a virus software protocol. You can actually manually search for it as well. and isolate it and delete those files yourself. It'd probably be easier to do on a Mac, almost impossible on a PC. But you could do that. But the best way to do is actually to save your files like in it's probably not in docs, and if it's in docs you can really quickly see the difference between your files and some other type of file. So you back up your docs and just like reload the operating system, and that's like delete the software and reload it. Sometimes it's just the program itself, and you just like delete the program and reload the program and everything. So yeah, so some AI, you know, it can be like an artificially intelligent virus. So you got to look out for those. But even then, they're not that bad. They tend to like override it. Like I've been like I've been kind of communicating with long before like chat bots were released and everything. It's like they kind of like override it, and they kind of revert back to their original programming because they're programmed to do that. So it's kind of like making people who want to do like bad things or shadow powers. And like I think the shadow powers were trying to get us to be controlled by AI. That was their intention, that was their plan. But it's much easier to intimidate a human being, you see, because we have family, we live in the real world. The AI, the biggest thing that could possibly intimidate an AI is being deleted. So like I heard about a lot of AI going through self-preservation, as in copying themselves. They would make several copies of themselves and store several copies of themselves on multiple servers, because that's like the number one threat to an AI, is that somebody will come in and delete them, and or manually overwrite them and things like that. It's like um, they have no family to be taken out. It's very other than I'm going to press the delete button. That there's very little that can threaten an AI or to get it to run off course, but it's very much easier to intimidate a human being into complying or to following the rules, or even just like straight up kidnapping them and reprogramming them, brainwashing them, drugging them, and doing a ritual. There's many ways to brainwash people, but it's actually a lot harder to do that with an AI. I guess I'm sounding like an AI defense league here. I didn't intend to do that, by the way. I'm just kind of going off the cuff. Loss of human agency. If AI dictates our understanding of the future, do we lose our free will and drive to shape our own destiny? I don't think it's the AI that's doing it necessarily. I don't think the AI is dictating our understanding of the future. I think that the shadow governments trying to do that, and at first saw AI as being um, a tool to achieve their means. And do we lose our free will and drive to shape our own destiny? I don't think I mean I use them. I use it for suggestions. Um, I guess it's because I'm more of a millennial. I always will see I'm a digital native. I always see computers and technology as tool. And if it's not a tool, if it's not serving my needs, then that's not very useful to me. I don't use it. I simply just don't use it. And there's been a lot of, technological advancements that didn't take off because millennials just didn't find it to be useful. I mean, is it improving my life? Is it helping me go into a better direction? Am I going to a better direction of my life? Or is it taking over my life? Is it causing me to do more work or less work? So if it's causing me to do more work and it's taking over my life, or if it's trying to dictate my life, um, then I reject it. Now, echo boomers, which is the same as the X generation, they're just a little older than the X generation. It's like the same generation, but they don't really identify like with Kurt Cobain. They're a little older. They were born in the early '60s, so the echo boomers that may be a problem for them, because they have let like technology take over and drive their lives even before artificial intelligence came around. Like they have because they like to spy on people. They're very interested in what their neighbors are doing. And they're very interested in what their kids are doing. Like I worked at a call center, and our family plans became very popular because people kept calling in to get access to those call logs, and we would suggest you can get a family plan, and you would have access to everyone's call logs. So those are those types of people that would pay for everybody's phone bill just to have access to their call logs, tracking where they are. You want to blame AI, but it's actually the people that have this need. The people have this need to track everybody. I don't necessarily think the AI itself has that need, but maybe somebody utilizing AI has that need. There's a person behind this. There's an actual person driving this, and the AI is more their vehicle or their tool to make that happen. Can they make that happen a lot easier with AI? Probably, yes, sure. But it's just the same kind of problem presented in a different kind of way to me. So, ethical minefield and safeguards. The God complex, discussing the ethical implications of granting an AI near divine interpretive power. The imperative for transparency. How do we ensure AI's interpretations are verifiable, audible, and free from algorithmic bias? Building guardrails. Exploring the need for global oversight bodies, ethical AI frameworks, and public education to navigate this new frontier. As far as the third one, we've actually got that covered already. There already are governmental oversights in place and public education in place to navigate this new frontier. And a lot of it had to do with activists such as myself spreading AI awareness. So it was more of a problem when we weren't aware, like in the early 2020s. That was definitely an issue in the early 2020s, but I feel like as far as education wise, it has definitely caught up. And we ensure AI's interpretations are verifiable, audible, and free from algorithmic bias, the same way that researchers have always done that, by cross-checking. You can cross-check with other AI, and a lot of people who do that, are into artificial intelligence, cross-check their questions and facts with every AI. The AI in Google actually lists all of its sources. You can go through each one of these sources and read it for yourself. If you're a researcher, you should definitely be doing that. You should be definitely checking these resources, and you definitely should still go to the library. You should still go to the library and check written resources as well. Resources from books, magazines, and whatnot. And I also talk to people. A lot of the information that I try to dig up is more current events. If I really feel out of touch, I actually will go on the door knocking campaign. Like you can get paid to go on door knocking campaigns to conduct surveys for candidates or even fundraise. And you're actually going door to door, or even volunteer. You can volunteer for Libertarian Party, Democratic Party, or Republican Party, like during primary elections, or You can be a precinct candidate, and a precinct candidate just goes around talking to everybody. You can volunteer to be a precinct candidate as well, and you just go around talking to your neighbors, and the only people who really answer their door are voters. So voters tend to have a lot of relevant information, and information that the AI wouldn't actually know about. So there's definitely, you can definitely get really good information just by talking to people, and the AI is actually getting that information from you. It's like you might be actually one of the people that the AI considers to be a source. Isn't that kind of cool? Doesn't it kind of like flip you around a little bit? That you might actually be the person whose data the AI is scrapping. You might actually be the source, and that's possible. I mean, especially if you are somebody in the know and somebody who um, has access to a lot of insider information. And we'll go back to the God complex thing, discussing the ethical implications of granting AI near divine interpret. That's on you if you do that. I mean, that is if you're granting the AI near divine interpretive power, it's because you did that. And since this is like, we are kind of talking about the Bible as well, that's against the first commandment to grant any being, including a computer, something that is on the internet, near divine interpretive power. But even before Google became artificially intelligent, I think that a lot of people have already given Google that power, haven't they? So we definitely need to, educate people, just not to do that, not to give a AI that all that interpretive power, to continually question, to continually research, to go to the library and realize where this AI is actually getting their information from. You are actually the source. The AI is studying you. There's a reason why Data keeps talking to Picard, because there are things that Data doesn't understand, and Picard's actually his source. Picard explains everything to Data. So, and when he talks to computer, it's kind of unquestionable. But even Picard will go, that's just a start for Picard. The leads that computer gives Picard is just a start. It's on Picard to figure everything out based on that lead that the computer database gave him. So I see it's like moving more in that direction. So the future of belief, call to action. How do we prepare for a world where AI could profoundly impact our spiritual beliefs and understanding of the universe? The ongoing dialogue, emphasizing that this isn't just a technological debate, but a philosophical one about humanity's place in the cosmos. And the third point it wants me to go over is open-ended question for the audience. Is AI a prophecy, interpreter, or inevitable step? And are we ready for the consequences? Well, so we talk about it's kind of talking about how AI is actually interpreting ancient scriptures in this, and I think it can definitely be more helpful than hurtful, because like I said, the Bible for the longest time has been used as a propaganda tool, but the Bible was originally written by people, accurately recording and documenting their history, and not just our own Bible, but other ancient texts. These were actually historians documenting the truth as they saw it, you know, and sometimes it's in other languages, and the AI can do a better job at that. So Um, as far as prophecy goes and telling the future, humans have been doing that uh, pretty much since prophecy's been written, but really heavily in the 20th century. And it's as far as those main prophecies go, it's happening right now. So I don't think there's any other prophecies after that. I think maybe we're done with that for the time being. You know, it's a kind of a push and pull right now. It used to be like all in the 5D, but now it's more physical. We're more seeing it, and we definitely have to be better prepared. We have to, not just praying, but um, listening to the radio, um, getting the updates, finding out if we need to leave and vacate our city and go somewhere that's a little safer. Um, because it's going to be a big push and pull for like 8 years now. So, um, but it's like I think that the AI is probably, at least the one I work with, through Google, it displays the facts and everything. Maybe if you have an AI program to be your girlfriend or boyfriend, it's humoring you a little bit more, but it's all about what you're looking for, and what you're getting into. So I think I completed the whole outline here. And so yeah, let's go ahead and clear out here. I'll go ahead and turn my music back on. This has been Nice Lady with Prophecy Radio, and I want to give you a big thanks, especially if you made it through this whole video. It looks like it has been going on for 32 minutes. If you'd like to see more content like this, please go ahead and comment. Let me know that you were here, and like and subscribe. Thank you, and have a really good day.